race face.
Fred's car.
Deuce. Jason's headed to Barcade. What's it called again?
Logan Hardware. Used to be a hardware store.
Do you think they sold lots of hammers?
I think so.
Like the ones on Metallica?
Little more vintage though, and antique.
What's your favorite tool when you would go to the hardware store?
What's my favorite tool? I don't know. That
Plunger?
tile lifter. It's like a fucking. It's got a blade and just lifts up the tile. I mean, it just like vibrates. It's like. Duh,
Do that again?
duh. Look at this guy. Duh. Oh.
Birch. So, yeah, but
There, all right, there it is. It's on coming to the right there. The tree's blocking the sign, but they still got the Logan Hardware sign on it.
Those neon?
Just past that. There's that sign in the air. It's covered by the trees.
Those damn trees. Go cut that shit down, dude.
then you got all the camera lights over here. This is. See, I would have normally went through, but this light here is. It's got photo enforced.
So who has the best pinball plays in town for the barcades that you've been to in Chicago greater area?
Probably this here, the Logan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard they just got a Hercules here and Apollo 13. So see, everybody's just out of control.
What was he doing? Did you see that?
Oh, dude, don't get it from me. There it was, yeah.
I got the Ghostbusters guy.
What's that?
Your Ghostbusters poster from Stern. Dude, what are you doing? Park right over there in front of that car.
No, fuck. See? I'm gonna park across the street. I know what somebody I think parked over here and his shit got broken into.
Oh.
Oh, you know what?
Park at the pumpkin patch.
I'm gonna park like right here. Yeah, that's like all lit up and shit.
You got valuable things in here though?
Nah, just want to be secure. Lights are good. I know there's been a lot of shootings in Chicago, but we don't have to worry about that over here. So.
You like that pumpkin patch?
There's hardly any pumpkins in there, man. What the fuck?
They got the trailers though.
Are they supposed to grow or something? Alright, dude. Twice. He's not there anymore. Now you're gonna hit the slider front.
Now that's a big move.
Where we going, bud?
We're going Arturos. Freddie, where are you? You're supposed to be here with us. But we'll get you to go. It's all good.
Is this our vlog?
Yeah. Open 24 hours. Arturos. That's chorizo.
Oh, shit. Where we going now, bud?
Going back home.
What do you think the new Batman's gonna be like with the LCD?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. LCD should be pretty cool. It's got more toys, right? Part of the playfield's different, so gotta wait and see till Friday.
It's the main source of income for people in this town.
The main source.
Yeah, construction.
There's always a lot of construction. You know, real estate. Real estate's good.
There's what people do all day.
Spend time trying to get to work if you're working in the city.
Yeah.
Sitting in traffic unless you're taking the L right here.
I go downtown.
Go downtown, takes you to the airport. So that's at the airport. So right here you got the merge. Split to 94 east or 190 west.
How far is this Milwaukee?
About an hour and a half. Maybe we'll get some footage here of blurring action here with the weather's nice. Supposed to warm up Friday and Saturday.
It is. You play hacky sack outside with Rick Stead?
Hope he's coming.
He is?
Oh, I know. I don't think he was here last year. The year before he was.
Don't be putting shit in my face, bro. We doing that.
You gotta say for yourself.
Fred's bad. Fred's bad.
So you used to live down the road with that?
Riptide.
Let's talk about where you used to live.
No, I didn't live down the road, bro. I
Where'd you
wasn't
live?
homeless. No. I lived in Wicker Park. I
You
lived
like
in
it?
Division Damon, over by where you were. What'd you think of Logan's Hardware?
That's pretty sweet. We played some Ghostbusters. Fred's car 3. Fred's car 3.
You want a race?
Favorite songs on the radio. Tell me about what you're gonna do on the pinball this weekend, Fred. What kind of scores you gonna throw up on the back glass? Well, fetch.
Yeah, you are.
Dude, Liquor Barn, you ever go there and get all liquored?
No,
Why not?
I don't drink in a barn.
What, weren't you born in a barn?
No.
Dude, look at that guy's license plate. Move over.
Over. That's pretty solid.
But you're pin master. Did you piss some people off today? Driving? Come on, man. I need some feedback here.
Dude, I'm just getting work emails, and now they want me to confirm a delivery of some items there
Where?
at the mall.
What mall? Are you playing Clash of Clans, dude?
No, man. Just doing work emails.
Are you in your office right now?
Yes. There it is.
What do you think about
Well,
your chances of getting a parking spot?
very high.
What do you think? You gonna drop me off?
Sure, man, if you want to. All right, those are all taken.
You think you're gonna get a spot up
I
here?
usually park right there, man.
What?
Yeah,
Are you
man.
on crack, dude?
Nah, dude.
Might as well park over by the water fountain where we can chooch. And, you know?
Actually does add the bonus. Here's the crazy thing. Look at that 10x bonus line. And if it goes in there, it will give you 10x. And the same with up here, that 10x and
Yeah.
10x. That's huge. You have 100,000, that becomes $1 million bonus,
Yes,
man.
okay.
That's huge. That's big stuff.
Is it like Sonic and Pac-Man and Pac-Man? What's the little guy with the pig? This guy, that's King Kong from Mario.
Il est là-bas, à la rampe que tu peux faire avec celui-là. Tu pars à droite là-bas. Là, voilà, c'est ça.
Ball one locked.
C'est dans le bon. Attends, je vais l'appeler. Who is calling? Ah, ça va.
We better go back.
Bet you fucking think I don't see when you whip that fucking phone out every time? Shit's gay.
Bracken.
You want me?
I got your back.
You want to be part of the coalition?
Yeah, dude. You remember what happened when you came to Bragg?
Yeah, I would never talk about that on camera.
What happened?
We went and played Blackwater multi-ball.
And then you got mad.
And then I bought a painting that didn't exist, even though it was on the wall and appeared to exist,
Oh yeah.
but it did not,
Why not?
because it was the wrong painting or something. It's too bad. It's that gorgeous painting of Breckenridge.
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on with this, all the hoopla with the ski resort not wanting to pay for their parking ramp that supposedly they taxed the citizens of and earned a bunch of tax dollars and then said that they weren't going to build it. You know about this?
Bragg?
Yeah.
That's been going on for years.
Yeah, there's some fighting between the ownership of the ski resort and the city.
Yeah.
And somebody from the city, like city council or something, posted on Facebook, "It's really sad that the ownership of Breckenridge Ski Resort did not follow through with their word as they had originally intended. Wow, burn.
So let's talk about your run today, how you're going to win the World Championships.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Just trying to make sure we made the light.
So what do you think you're going to have to beat to get to the finals?
Well, here's what's real interesting. If you take a look at it, there are some straight lines across, and the majority of them are pretty difficult.
So let's talk about your run into the finals for the A division, winning the World Championship tonight.
Well,
tomorrow.
you know, they brought out a new format this year with limited qualifying. You know, a lot of tournaments are starting to look to that because it doesn't cause time overages and make it difficult to manage, you know, the time that you're going to wrap up. So they do limited qualifying, thinking, okay, everyone's just going to get 2 tries on a game. But when you have 140 people there, times 2 times 18, you know, that ends up being an awful lot of time. And so while in theory the idea was good, because I volunteered scorekeep and tournament direct for Trent when he was gone yesterday, that took 4 hours out of that window of qualifying, which was only about 15 hours long. So what ended up happening was I actually only got to play each machine once, and then 2 of the games I got to play twice, and one I improved my score, one I did not. So I guess what I'm coming to, as far as I go, is I sure would have liked to have played every game twice. Felt I would have qualified a little bit higher than 20th. It is what it is, and you know, we'll take it for what it's worth. What's happened with the seeding is there's direct lines across of sort of who's in your group, and with that being said, there's some really strong, decent lines there. You know, Keith Elwin coming in later, and he's got his row, and then you got your row with me and Jason are in there, and a lot of the rows are really strong. There was 1 or 2 in there that were a lot of first-time names that I didn't recognize, nor Jason, nor the people that we discussed it with. But for the most part, you know, it's going to be good competition, and you know, we look forward to it. Based on how high you seated yourself, you're able to take buys and not have to play until later. So at this point, it looks like I think I'm scheduled to play at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. So allowing me more time to play some classics, and I actually like the classics bank this year, and a little more time to volunteer and scorekeep. So gonna be a good tournament.
Think you're gonna win the whole thing?
Honestly, I feel like I got a good chance. Absolutely. We had a real strong showing from the cats from Minnesota. John Junk, Chris Frame, a lot of the guys from our haunt came down and did quite well. So you're going to have to go through the Minnesota crew this time around. Ben Granger's in there, and you know, it's not going to be a cakewalk for anybody.
What about when Fedge Canar wins the B and gets into the
And
A?
you know what? Anybody can come by and win. And Fedge Canar is definitely a guy you got to keep your eye on. Has a strong chance to make some noise, and I absolutely can see him coming up from the Bs and presenting a challenge, no doubt.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's what I wanted to hear.
What would you say your strategy would be for a game called Kiss?
Ooh, I like Kiss. On my qualifying game, I did okay. What did I have? Like about 120 something, 150. I got 2 love gun multi-balls, so I like to go up into that contained area there just left to the center ramp and qualify that, and then when you fall into the hole, it starts it for you. On location where I've played it, you've actually got to hit the right ramp to start the multi-ball, so it's nice that it does that automatically. I got 2 of those, complete a panel, and get the first wizard mode. So it's playable, and the rules are set decent. Actually, all the games I felt played pretty solid yesterday. There wasn't too many, you know, things where you're like, come on. The only reason I didn't do better was my own play. You know, I couldn't get a hold of a Ghostbusters. I didn't have a very good game on Game of Thrones. 200 mil there. So nobody blame but myself. And it was kind of like, you know, fuck this guy, fuck that guy. I'm gonna do this and that. And I told him over time, you come to understand that these folks are as close to a family as you have. You share a common passion and a love for something that most people don't understand. And so now I make my way to these tournaments, you know, to play, sure, but it's more to see the friends. These are my family. These are people that I may not see for 2 or 3 years, but all of a sudden, hey, there's Andy Rosa, and, you know, you're best buds again. So, you know, I just tried to impose upon him the importance of embracing this, because these are the people that really do love you, and they support you and want to see you be successful no matter what you're doing. So they've got your back, and again, embrace it. Hold it close, because these are people that really care about you. And more and more in time, you'll come to understand that and draw strength from it.
Where did you get the gift to gab from? Your dad?
Rick Stetta.
Rick Stetta?
Yeah, I beat him in a game. It was Party Zone, I think. And by doing that, he turned around and said, I bequeath upon you the gift of gab.
Wow.
Kind of made me an instant wordsmith. It was incredible. I could feel it coursing through my body.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you're starting. Let's go. Be champ. Be champ.
You're pretty popular guy, right?
Yeah, right.
You are. Pretty popular.
Huh? I don't know about popular. I think of myself as a historical footnote.
Get some T-shirts with your face on it.
Yeah, a couple
Pretty
of things.
popular.
Not as popular as you.
When you walk around all the shows and you talk to all the people, what do you think is the ‑1 question that they ask you?
Are Josh and Zach really that good?
That's it?
Can you still beat them?
No, we're saying like an average person.
The average person?
Like just walking around this show, like.
You know, it's not really questions.
Inside guys, kind of.
It's not really questions. It's really just, you know, like hi and yeah, and you know, how's it going, and you know, thanks for saving pinball, that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
All right.
You know, like how's Big Lebowski or with the licensing stuff like that? They're like really get into detail with you.
Yeah, sometimes they'll ask.
Yeah.
You know, for the various projects that I'm working on.
Okay.
Big Lebowski, you know, that was a fun experience. A little drawn out, but I was glad I was able to help him. Half the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you having fun?
Well, yeah, man. Just come here. It's like a big family.
You know, in all seriousness, it really is.
Yeah.
And that's the part that's really great, is that everybody really kind of enjoys being part of that community. You know, whether you're playing competitively or whether you're just there at the vendor hall or just playing, you know, socially in the back. That's cool. Okay. I'm out.
Thanks, man. That was good. There he is.
Gary joined the army.
Dude, I got him like this old video where I was on the gondola at Keystone, and there was like a midway point you can get on the mountain, and he was like sitting there waiting with his snowboard, Gary Stern.
Really?
And I like saw him when we were coming up, and I filmed him, dude. Just like now. There he is again. Right behind the scenes. That Stern pinball.
His white hair, he was probably like Mr. Snowman.
Yeah. He likes to snowboard.
That's cool. He's active like that.
That's right. Is that an extra ball? It says play extra on it. Yeah, that's 119 so far. Yeah.
Nice save, dude.
Ball. Same player shoots again. Yeah, he did.
All right, 134.
What do you think of that when you got it? Turnover and zeros.
180.
Turn the zeros over.
It's the best
What's
feeling.
going through your head? Adrenaline?
Dude,
Adrenaline?
that was the best feeling in the world. Better than sex. That's right.
134.
Is that 134?
Yeah.
You the new and improved look?
Oh yeah.
You're safe.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's right.
All right.
I fixed it.
All right. Thanks.
No problem.
That was worse than the other.
All right. Let's see what it is.
Darn right out.
Sometimes I get all pumped up
I
play
can't
with
hit
film
it.
on.
Somebody's gotta add some credits. Brent, can you add credits to that? Andy, can you add credits to the power play? Can you add credits to power play? Can I? Andy, I need you to add.
Do you know how to add credits to power play because there's no key?
I don't know either.
But I would look out because Rick Stead is going.
Go, Rick. Oh.
Rick Stead tribute.
Tops.
What is that?
Waz. Did you ever use the GPS Waz?
In 1.8 miles. Turn left to I-94 West, Wisconsin.
So people report if they see cops on your route, and so I'm gonna kind of use this to help us out here because it's dark out. But we're gonna go on the expressway and do a little blast. So, but I gotta make sure my trans temp is still a little cool. I need to get that up a little bit. It's got a heads-up display. You can maybe see the heads-up display right in front of me. You see
Where is
that?
it?
Oh, what happened
There,
here?
the battery. There you
You be plugged in?
go. Yeah.
There.
Hey, you were chooching when I was supposed to chooch, but I was doing that. Go again.
Alright. So we're gonna do a little blast on 94 here. It's like we're going to Great America, but we're not.
What's Great America?
Great America is Six Flags amusement park. Used to be Marriott's Great America years ago. Six Flags bought them out. So, let's see what's the temperature on it.
Think you're gonna beat Keith Elwin in the finals?
gonna try to, man. Stearns, you got a chance. You know.
Yeah. What game do you pick?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Metallica. Probably pick that. You know, I don't mind Ghostbusters, but I think Zen would pick Iron Man because Zen got do or die against Elwood.
1,000 feet.
So
Turn left to I-94 West, Wisconsin.
let me just put that.
You gonna do it?
Alright, well, just wait a little bit. Oh, fuck, the guy just got in front of me. So that guy just got in front of me. Okay, let me get to the far right lane. Oh shit, maybe not. So many fucking cars, dude.
It's alright, you don't have to. There's just too many cars, there's too many cars.
Try and get this guy to move over. Okay. I'm gonna wait and see, like the U-turn up here, the next one. After that, it'll be good to go. So that means there'll be no cops sitting in any kind of U-turn thing. So. Oh, Freddie, you got it wrong time, Freddie. Okay, after this one, if it's clear, we'll go. This traffic's slowing down too. Alright. Okay, ready?
How fast is that?
That was like 120. See, and then we can see how much boost we got on that run. 15.3 pounds.
What's that mean?
15 pounds of boost.
So you got shot through a slingshot?
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Every pound of boost is like 25 horsepower. So,
It's like your video game boost nitro.
turbo, man. Turbo's the way to go.
Can you explain the way turbo works?
Turbo works is it's forced induction. So it takes air to move the turbo turbine wheels, and the more air it gets, the faster it goes. And I have my car set up to run about 16 pounds of boost, which that's the max I can do with these size turbos. And I got to run a mix of 100 octane in the car. So basically, if I don't run that 100 octane, the car will detonate. So with the 100, that's right, it'll blow up. So with a mix of 100 octane and 93 octane, that should give me maybe around like 98 octane, and that will be sufficient for my octane level mixture here correctly to be safe. So I'm gonna get off here in the next exit and turn around, because Fred's probably wondering where the fuck we are. So, but
Should I call him?
yeah, we'll tell him we're on the way back, and so go ahead. I'll wait for another next U-turn thing. What kind of car are we coming on the expressway here? Regular. Let's see. There's a U-turn thing coming up. There's that other cop on the bridge over here.
You're not good to go there.
I'll do it again. No, we're cool, dude.
Is that your favorite pinball Corvette?
Nah, I don't even own a Corvette pinball. It's not fast enough for me.
High speed 2.
High speed 2, Indy 500. Oh, look at this dick. Let's see if I can get this guy out of the way. Alright. We'll drop it down to third, and then after this turn, we'll get on it. See how many pound of boost we got there. 15.5. So I could have pushed it more. Eventually I want to see 200 in this car, and but the highest I've ever gotten up to was 185. So but problem with going that fast is aerodynamics, and front end of this car, it's got a lot of openings. So like when I took this car in a half mile, taping it up, actually the car felt more stable. And so if I want to try and do a 200-mile-an-hour run, I would probably tape up the front end, the openings here, for a to be more aerodynamic. So, but I'll do 200 one of these days. Maybe I'll take the car in a standing half mile. Probably the most I'll get out of it is like 170 plus. So, which is fast.
Number 14 that we've got, it's only got 83 miles or something like that on the odometer, and it's worth millions. This one's
with or without my egg.
well, it's worth $1
straight
million
up,
for
dude.
what it is. I wouldn't pay $1 million.
Given the secret away. So I have this perfectly standard coat hanger right here. And can I have someone verify for the rest of the audience that this is?
Can I get a volunteer? Can I get a volunteer up front? This gentleman right here. What's your name, sir?
Todd.
Todd,
please stand
Now this coat hanger is whole, complete. It does not collapse on itself. Can you verify that?
Yes.
Wonderful. So I'm going to take this perfectly standard coat hanger, and I'm going to bend it out into a perfectly normal abortion rod, like so.
That's what happens when you don't have insurance, folks.
All right. This might take a little finagling.
Call me, though, if you want the special Batcave insurance. I get it from my favorite, Mr. West. If we could get some music, please. Some cute centrage.
So I'm going to take this back alley apparatus, and I'm going to scroll it all the way down
Probably your eyes on this, ladies and gentlemen. And down the hatch.
Wow!
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen!
Wow! Wow! That's a rough ride.
I will still.
I guess.
Watch your step, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen such a fine specimen of a lady with such adorable feet just take a bath in people's broken, shattered dreams? I cannot hear you. Are you all sleeping? Excellent. Now, honey, that was pretty impressive. Was that fun?
Well, it looks like I'm gonna walk away.
Was that comfortable?
Yay.
Was that comfy?
Check that out.
Can't tell, folks. Do you think that was comfy?
Think that. I bet you can't do that.
I bet I can't do that. Well, you're probably right. I honestly, folks, I think I'm pretty tough, but there are some stunts that I certainly would not try on my own. And I'll be honest, I am quite the little Riddler when it comes to this stuff. I don't know, it's not really my thing. Well, like I said, did you think that was fun? Was that comfy for you?
You know, it reminded me of this time. I was hanging out of a helicopter, and there was a shark on my leg.
Oh,
wait, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That must have been a movie. It'll be riveting either way.
Human pinball machine.
I have this here 12-inch scope. Now, I want you to think back to the last time you had your blood drawn or shot. I want you to think about that luscious wait for the needle to hit. And they tell you, oh, it's just going to be a pinch. It's just going to be a pinch. I want you to think about what that felt like to you because I'm about to put this through my face.
Gives dental floss a whole new meaning, doesn't it, folks?
Not just one side, but through both sides, and again. Oh yeah, again.
That's about as painful as that one time I dressed up in clown makeup and I had acid thrown in my face and... Never mind, that wasn't me. Sorry. Double the needle, double the fun, folks. Oh my goodness. It's a...
How do you find out
Trust me, she tries this on me almost every Tuesday, and I don't know where she does it. This is therapy for us, though. This is therapy. She's got something special showing me tonight. I want to hear cheers, and I want to hear screams, and I kind of want to see some puking. Say hello to her. That movie called Hellraiser with the needle sticking out of her face, I tell you, she puts him to shame. Hey, if you're happy, Annie.
The danger of sword swallowing is that if you get an injury, it is an internal puncture, and it is life-threatening. It's not like a little burn or an abrasion or a boo-boo. You know, you can't put a band-aid on that. You gotta go to the hospital. It's real fun. You gotta lick it before you stick it.
Oh my God! Ah! Take it out! Take it out!
We're inside of you. I don't really know how one goes about putting that back together if something goes wrong. But I'm doing this because I love you and I care about your entertainment. Are you not entertained? All right. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Are you not entertained? 24 inches together of solid steel.
I survived one more time. What was that?
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Sally Martin. Thank you so much. You have been a wonderful, fantastic crowd. Again, one more time for the lovely and dangerous lady.
And give it up for my partner in crime comics.
Thank you. I do the best assisting I can, but obviously this one right here. One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. We have amazing guests and entertainment in store for you. I'll be around all night. Have a good one.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen. If you need me, I will be protecting Mr.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right, okay. So anyway, you know, a lot of people don't get this boat thing. I mean, there's this misconception that boats run on gas. Fact is, they run on beer. In this case, ironic pinball beer, PBR. And oh yeah. And when you get a lot, and it's a good thing, here's a good thing, because when you get memories, fleeting memories, flooding into love tableau, I want them back. Tell a pinball story? Please! I only have one great pinball story, but I believe it's truly great. And some of you may have heard me tell it before, but I love this story. The first pinball machine I ever bought was a little-known game called Star Trek: The Next Generation. Designed by Mr. Ritchie, who's here tonight. So I bought that machine, and then many years later, I was on The View. And one of the other guests on The View was Patrick Stewart. And so I'm standing there in the green room, and I'm like, it's fucking Patrick Stewart right there. So I go over and I say, Mr. Stewart, I'm a really big fan. And I've met a lot of people in my life, and if I'm not a real, like a genuine fan of somebody, I won't say, hey, I'm a fan. But I was a really big fan, so I went and said, hey, I'm a fan. And anyone I've ever said that to goes, oh, thank you. I said to Patrick Stewart, hey, I'm a really big fan. He goes, really? Which of my roles is your favorite? Which I immediately knew was a test. And I was like, I am not allowed to say Star Trek: The Next Generation right now. If I say that, this conversation is over. So, luckily I had seen him in a lot of other things that I liked, and I said, I just saw a marvelous BBC production, a Shakespearean thing that you were in. And he goes, oh, that was fabulous. We shot that in Devon. And of course, the costume designer was the same. So then we're off to the races. We're talking.
Fuck you, Fed.
Having a great time. And eventually I said, I have a confession to make. My favorite line that you've ever delivered is, all hands prepare for multi-ball. I was a little bit nervous about doing Patrick Stewart for Patrick Stewart, but he laughed and he said, all my American friends have teased me about my pronunciation of multi-ball. Then he said, but I have assured them it is correct. That's my favorite pinball story. Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.